Got team coverage of this storm. And we're hoping it will end. Leading that team coverage, Summer Schnellbach joins us this morning. She's tracking the system still dumping snow across the region.
Also ahead this morning on the Valley Today, winter weather woes across the country. We're not the only ones dealing with a hit. Take a look at what's happening out in California. And helping deliver smiles, today is our Miles for Smiles drive, helping local families battling critical illness. It's Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. The Valley Today starts right now.
This is the Valley Today.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for waking up and joining us here on the Valley Today. We are seeing wet, heavy snow blanketing the region. You're going to want to tune in to this morning. My name is Ashlyn Hill.
And I'm Jordan Schreier. It definitely is the day you need to pay attention. Both of us complaining about our drive into work today. It was a hard one. Took longer than it normally does. Now, remember, this is March 1st. To get a check of this snowstorm as we're supposed to be kicking off our spring-like weather, we head on over to Summer Schnellbach this morning. Good morning, Summer.
Mother Nature doesn't do supposed to's. We had a tricky commute coming in this morning, and that was hours ago. We've since had a couple of heavy bands of snow move through the metro. So it's a first alert weather day. Continues with heavy snow along with wind as well, leading to a tough commute with blowing and drifting snow, and it's coming down quite heavy at times as well. Snow will gradually move out later this morning and into the afternoon. Here in the metro, if you've got one available, power up the snow blower. We've had some reports of more than 7 inches of snow here within the metro. Most places need the shovel to dig out this morning. Places north, maybe just a quick little snow brush on your car. But here's a few reports that have been coming in. Still snowing, and it's been getting tougher to measure as the wind picks up. But here in South Fargo in our station, right around 7 inches was about the average I could measure here. Downtown Fargo had a heavier band sit over for just a little bit longer. So notice downtown Fargo has higher snowfall amounts than here in South Fargo, coming in at 7.5 inches. 4 inches, Glendon, Ulen, and Shoreham. Those are likely a lot higher now. These reports are now a couple of hours old. So if you've got some new reports to pass along, I'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email, or you can comment on our Facebook posts. Here's a look at satellite and radar right now. We've got heavy snow from Bismarck all the way to Duluth, but here's what I was talking about, those heavy bands moving through the metro. See these darker blues? They have been fairly stationary now for a couple of hours, at least the last hour on this radar loop from Maple River through Moorhead. Currently seeing one of those heavy bands towards South Moorhead, and from just south of Castleton all the way up into Ulen, Minnesota, seeing some heavy bands of snow. So we are not done yet. Here's a quick look at the winds, gusting upwards of 40 miles per hour in some places. That leads to tough visibility, especially in parts of the southern Red River Valley. Jordan, Ashland, we could still see 1 to 3 inches of snow, isolated higher amounts though, especially right now where we're seeing those heavier bands set up. So we're not done yet. So get the snow blowers ready this morning before you need to head out the door to work if you're able to go to work today.
Yeah, tough time if you have to hit out on the roadways. Jordan, I'm looking over at those travel maps, and the color for today is red. We do not want people out on those roads this morning. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, that's for sure. In our road report this morning, we are covering several closed roads. Now, we just have a breaking news update actually on one of the roads that just closed minutes ago. We are now talking I-29 from Grand Forks all the way to the South Dakota border is now closed. Previously, we had just dealt with I-29 that was closed from Fargo to the South Dakota border. That's now extended to the north of Grand Forks right here. So going through the Hillsboro exit, although, I kind of got this map on a different plane. I don't know exactly what I did there. But anyway, going all the way down to South Dakota. Now, also this morning, we are dealing with the Interstate I-94 closed, Fargo right there, all the way to Bismarck this morning. So a big swath of the road right there closed. You see all this red that we're talking about in our map? That is a no travel advisory. That covers counties like Cass, Barnes, Stutzman, Steele, Griggs, Richland. Really anything south of I-94 and even the counties one above it, so anyone that borders it as well. We're also talking highway closures. Highway 281 from Ellendale to Jamestown. Highway 52 from Jamestown to Fessenden also closed this morning. Highways 46, 27, 13, 11. I feel like I'm calling bingo here with all the highways that I'm listing off that are closed this morning. But then take a look, get to the Northern Valley, Devil's Lake, Grand Forks. They're saying What's going on? Everything is green seasonal over there. Taking a look at Minnesota here this morning, I want to get an update on that map so I can get the very latest, because these conditions are changing as we are on air here this morning by the second. We are talking I-94 from Moorhead going all the way down to Alexandria this morning, fully snow covered. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crashes already being reported in the region along the interstate there. So that's pretty nasty stuff. Highway 10, Moorhead all the way to Motley, fully covered as well. So you need to watch out. We're talking full coverage as well by Mahnomen, over to Bagley, Bemidji, now even extending up into Crookston, some partial coverage on the snow right there. So no matter where you are in the region, you do need to watch out because we have some tough travel conditions out there. Ashlyn?
Dangerous travel out there. Thank you for the real-time update. New this morning, one person hurt on a rollover on I-94 in Moorhead. The State Patrol says it happened around 10:30 last night under the 20th Street Bridge. A driver from Florida went off the road and rolled that vehicle. Now, he wasn't hurt, but a passenger was. Troopers say it was snowy and icy at the time of that crash. Schools are closing their doors or delaying the start of classes across many parts of the valley because of this morning's snowstorm. We've heard from more than 3 dozen districts. A few are shutting down altogether. Most are either starting late or going virtual. Fargo and Moorhead are among the districts holding classes virtually today. Be sure to check the full list at valleynewslive.com. You should also check ahead if you have any business at the airport. We've been watching the flight status at Hector International Airport all night and this morning. So far, we see 3 morning flights canceled. Our latest check of Grand Forks, though, shows that everything there is on time. Of course, you'll want to be checking ahead online or on your app.
Continue our team coverage of this storm. We're heading outside right now to show you what is happening with real-time conditions here in the metro.
Yeah, the Valley Today's Nashay Taylor live on the roadways, giving us some real-time driving conditions. Good morning, Nashay. Where are you and how is it shaping up?
Good morning, Jordan and Ashlyn, and things are not getting any better, unfortunately. Summer mentioned that heavy band of snow over downtown Fargo, but now it's expanded over to downtown Moorhead. That's right where I am. I'm actually coming out of downtown Moorhead, but I'm still in the area, and that band of heavy snow is right on top of the city here. You can barely see in the area. The visibility continues to be poor. So folks, if you're out there today with its poor visibility, you want to make sure you're paying attention, because actually when I was in downtown Fargo, there was a person walking across the street, and unfortunately, you know, the farther back you are, you probably wouldn't have seen that individual. So folks want to make sure, as you know, people head out this morning, more people are going to be out walking to work and whatnot. So folks will want to make sure they're paying attention, because that visibility is definitely making it tricky for folks this morning. All right, reporting live in Moorhead, Nashay Taylor, Valley News Live.
Yeah, great reminder. Even as I was driving in this morning, the drivers in front of me, their taillights were barely visible through this blowing snow. And as we can see from Nashay's live report, it is not getting any better so far out there this morning.
Yeah, normally in town we're kind of shielded from some of this too. We don't get as much wind, but this time it's just a different story. Real nasty out there. So Nashay, thank you for reporting live this morning. Stay safe.
It was a catastrophic collapse in California. Heavy snow buildup now being looked at as the cause of a porch that caved in the town of Forest Hill that ended up leading to the death of an elderly woman. Neighbors pulled the woman. She was 80 years old. They pulled her out from under the rubble last night. She
was in cardiac arrest and later died at the hospital. People living nearby say that snow was falling nonstop all day. They got 3 feet in 24 hours. It downed trees, snapped power lines, and then knocked out power as well. Still to come here this Wednesday morning, top tips for cheaper airfare. We have ways to save as the prices of flights skyrocket. So raise your hand if you're feeling like a trip to Arizona right now. Yeah.
You didn't even finish where the location was, but I was ready.
Yeah.
And up next, we can't stop talking about it all morning. We will be taking a close look at weather to plan your day and keep you at home safe. We'll be right back.
In case you missed it just a couple of minutes ago, I-29 is now closed from Grand Forks all the way to the North Dakota-South Dakota state line. I-94 remains closed from Fargo to Bismarck. Multiple other area highways are closed at this time, so be sure to check the latest road conditions right from your Valley News Live weather app before you need to head out the door. It's going to remain tough for several more hours here still. Here's what you need to know on this first alert weather day. Heavy snow continues along with wind, leading to a very tough, if not just like we saw, impossible commute with heavy snow and blowing snow. Through this afternoon, snow will gradually be exiting. It'll take a little while longer for the wind to diminish though. All right, here's the latest look at radar. This is on a 1-hour loop and we're continuing to see a heavy band right through the central Red River Valley. Already reports in Fargo of more than 7 inches of accumulation. Same thing in Moorhead. They're continuing to come in, but with the wind, it's making it a little tougher to measure. So far, there have been reports within the metro of more than 7 inches of accumulation, and we're adding to that. There's 2 narrow bands of heavy snowfall right now within just the metro. So North Fargo seeing that heavy band that stretches across I-94 just south of Castleton and then all the way up into Ulen, Minnesota. And the second heavy band from Moorhead through South Fargo and then down towards Maple River. So heavy snow still continuing at this time. We could see rates of more than 1 inch per hour. So we're already sitting at near 7 inches. I'll be sure to go head out and get more measurements here through the morning. And it comes with wind. Southeastern North Dakota seeing gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour. Blowing and drifting snow is creating very hazardous travel along with very low visibility, remaining at 0 visibility in Oaks as we have been since we started our newscast this morning at 4:30. Quarter-mile visibility in Fargo, around 3/4 of a mile visibility in Jamestown and in Fergus Falls. Winter storm warning is going to continue until 3 o'clock this afternoon, and the surrounding areas in the winter weather advisory also until 3 o'clock this afternoon. All right, let's get you through your hour-by-hour forecast here. This forecast model actually doing a very good job of picking up on these heavy bands that are moving right through the central Red River Valley, and it shows that they'll continue to sit right where they're at for a couple more hours here. So we're not done picking up heavy snow just yet. So gas up the snow blowers if you need to get to work today. But reminder, a lot of area roads are closed, no travel advised. Crawling across the bottom of your screen right now, more closures and cancellations coming in. So through the rest of the morning, late this morning, we'll continue to see gradually diminishing snow coverage in eastern North Dakota. It's going to continue in Lakes Country for a little while longer. And that wind not dying down until a couple hours after the snow stops falling. So wind will remain an issue even once the snow is no longer falling from the sky. Blowing and drifting will still cause some travel concerns. And falling temperatures, because why not add a little bit more chaos to our day? In terms of additional snowfall, so this contour right here indicates 1 to 3 inches of snow, but we are seeing those heavy snowfall rates right now. So we will have very isolated higher amounts. Those bands are very, very narrow, can be with just a couple of blocks. In fact, can be that shallow or that narrow for those snow bands. Temperatures this afternoon continuing to fall, the warmest temperatures, well, right now, if you haven't already experienced the warmer temperatures just a couple of hours ago. Quick look at your planning forecast. Tomorrow, looking at another cool day, especially tomorrow morning. But then by the weekend, let's just look ahead to the weekend. We're almost there. We're halfway through our week. Temperatures warming back up. Jordan, Ashlyn, hopefully melt a little bit of this 7 to 8 inches of snow that we have in the metro right now. I'm not looking forward to going out and getting another measurement. Got to say it right now. It's piling up fast.
It really is. I feel like this weekend, too, a lot of people will probably be raking their roofs or doing other type of cleanup around the house as well
Very
from
good
this
idea.
snow.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Summer.